morning. You want to come sit so you can see? Look at you in your pretty dress. And this is called Sammy the Seagull. It is a day at the Jersey Shore, which is where we live. So it's all about us and where we live in the beach. I rush to get ready and I head out the door. I'm just so excited to go to the shore. I joke around all the time that so many pieces of my job are my favorite part of my job, and I guess that makes sense that I'm where I am supposed to be. But I really do love that the children know that Thunder Road Books, Miss Kate, and my staff are here to support them and support their reading. I'm Kate Cizeski. I live in Seaside Park, New Jersey, and I am the bookstore manager and event coordinator at Thunder Road Books in Spring Lake, New Jersey.
Kate is a teacher turned bookstore manager who has helped create a tight-knit community at her store, Thunder Road Books. She also coordinates author events and gives her time to reading programs at local schools. With less than 3 years in operation, the bookstore has already become a resource and a safe space for students.
We really, built this incredible community space for it to be what the community, the children, and the families wanted it to be. So we listened. It's not about us, it's about them. As an educator, it was always so important to me to make sure that, kids feel heard and seen and advocated for, and advocating for children's literacy is so super important. And so maybe that's why I'm at Thunder Road, because we all have stories to share, and I think that they deserve their moment in the sun, if you will. It's so important to me to not let something like that get me down, because there's so much good to be done and we don't have a ton of time to always do it. Reading was always in the heart of our home. My grandmother was a kindergarten teacher for 45 years, and I think that type of work ethic adopted my mindset for anything I've done in life. Whether it's education, whether it's Thunder Road, maybe sometimes too much, but life is tough and things happen. And, I haven't always had an easy path. None of us have. I was diagnosed with epithelioid hemangioendothelioma, long-winded, but EHE for short. It was a 1 in a million chance of having it. I was so young when I went to them. I was diagnosed at 25, 3 weeks before our wedding. Some people, it's very, very progressive, and then there's people like me where they say it's in a dormant stage.
EHE doesn't behave like other cancers. It's difficult to diagnose and doesn't always respond to common forms of treatment like chemotherapy. Symptoms range from dormancy to chronic pain to even premature death. Kate is on a watch-and-see plan where she gets scanned every few months to see if her cancer has spread. Unfortunately, Kate's journey with EHE has affected her ability to carry a child.
I'll get emotional, but so many people have it so much worse than I do. So I never want to be ungrateful. My husband and I, married at 25, you have so long, you have your whole life ahead of you. But almost 10 years later, children are not in the cards for us, and that's okay. But I think it's become such an intrinsic motivator for me, because I'm not going to have our own children, that as much as I can, maybe I've been asked to run a different role in that world and to be there for kids, because I want to get them to read and to love stories and to love books and maybe write their own story one day.
She's an incredible human being. Her essence, I call it, is felt by not only those of us who work with her, but the community at large. Every age and stage of life walked through that door, and they all look for her. Look what she did. She leaves the classroom and what she's known as her professional life and took on this huge endeavor without hesitation, and has been an extremely positive influence to not just me, but the young booksellers as well.
Kate's personal story has been filled with plot twists and turns. She's navigated a lot of change: her career, expectations of becoming a mother, and the anxiety that EHE brings. But in her latest chapter at Thunder Road Books, she's able to find solace in the community she's cultivated, and with the children and parents who she says have become her adopted family.
There is a day where EHE may become a problem for me, more so than it is now, where we may have to deal with it. And when that time comes, if it ever comes or doesn't, I don't want to look back and say, I didn't do all the things that I wanted to do. I didn't give all the love and care that I wanted to give for me personally at Thunder Road, or just being a bookseller in general, just continuing to be able to watch the students and the families that have come to us and supported us from the beginning continue to grow and learn with them. I want to continue to make Grandma proud and to, continue her mission of literacy and just the love of books and the love of supporting authors and their stories and people sharing their stories with us.